What's up, guys? Not even missing a beat here. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, I really would appreciate if you would subscribe. We're picking up right where we left off in the very last video. We might be doing a couple things to this thing, very small stuff today, just doing a check. The end goal for today is to go meet a subscriber, or at least I think he's a subscriber. I can't honestly remember if we talked about it. I think he is. He is buying this old K-Tune dipstick for me. We started messaging each other. We were on like a DC5 RSX group together on Facebook. I posted a picture or a question or something like that. Had a ton of people just start messaging me out of the blue like, hey, I didn't know you live so close. I live here. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool, you know? And so he's like, do you have any parts? I'm like, I don't have many parts. Most of the parts I have are either broken and I replaced them with aftermarket stuff, or I've got some OEM factory stuff. And I said, and then I thought for a minute, I'm like, oh, I do have a K-Tune dipstick that I don't use anymore. And I'm not going to use because even if I wanted to use it, it's not K24 compatible. So, and he was like, sure, I'll buy it from you. And honestly, I would probably just give it to him. But I'm selling it to him pretty cheap, and the only reason I'm even taking any money is because ammo is expensive right now, so I want to buy some ammo. So yeah, getting a pretty slick deal on a pretty decent dipstick. I did like using that dipstick. Looks much better than the factory one. Maybe we could do a couple things to the RSX, not the RSX, to the K24. Not going to be able to do a whole lot, but one thing that I know we can do is look in the bottom end and possibly reinstall these guys. These are the old torque to yield bolts that go into the girdle, the crank girdle. Not going to be using these anymore, obviously. I mean, they're shot, I suppose. I mean, you're only supposed to use torque to yield bolts once, if my memory serves me. Some more ARP assembly lube. So this is pretty much garbage, I guess, as far as I'm concerned. Unless you guys know something I don't know, let me know in the comments or something. So these guys are oil squirters that go underneath the pistons and they shoot oil up into the cylinder walls. They had to take these out during the machining process. I guess we can just shove them back in. Looks like they need to be cleaned. Oh my God, they need to be cleaned. Because like that's where the oil comes in and it's full of shit. Oh my God. I might just need to get new one of these. Like these have immediately made me nervous. Yeah, this one's locked up completely. Yeah, these are probably super duper cheap, so I'm probably just gonna order new ones. I guess for the time being, yeah, well, super clean, maybe, to the rescue. We'll see. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I'm not gonna dilute it because I just want this stuff to eat. I'll be curious to see if it eats through the plastic on here too. Okay, so everything in there is totally submerged. I'm gonna let that sit for a couple days. I'm gonna see how much some of those are, you know, just factory replacements or something. May go pick some of those up from Honda. And if that's the case, fine by me. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Well, that puts a damper on that. I don't really know what else we can do. We might just be going and meeting up with that guy today, which is still cool. We're gonna get to see this guy. He's gonna bring his RSX with him. So maybe we'll get to talking about some stuff and, maybe get a new friend out of the deal. We'll see. I think that we are gonna drive the RSX. I think we will. Honestly, I probably could take the bike because it's just a dipstick. I think he wants to see my RSX though, so I'm going to drive the RSX. Well, I'm just going to piddle out here for a little bit and see if there's anything else I can maybe do, and if I do, then I'll film it. All right, our guy just showed up with his RSX. TJ, right? Yeah. I would shake your hand, but but there it is, man.
That is awesome.
And it matches the car.
It does.
Better than mine.
That is dope, man.
I couldn't remember if we had spoken through a DC5 thing or if it was through the Huntsville car meet thing.
It was the Huntsville thing.
It may have been. Because I posted a photo or something and I was like, hey, y'all be safe or whatever, because it's like, snowing and whatnot.
There's our receipt.
There you go.
That's what we agreed on, right?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
All good. Like, I mean, I was talking to my camera earlier when I was doing some stuff, and I was like, I'd literally probably just give it to you, but ammo is so expensive right
I
now.
understand. 05?
Yes, sir. It's a 05, but I had one just like this. It was an 02.
This is my first RSX. The hood. They cut that out where the hood latch used to go. Cable's still there. They just cut all that out.
I couldn't tell you, dude. Honestly,
I do know this piece on bolts. You got both there, both there.
Yeah, the core support, that all comes out. But I have, like, unless like it was broken and like maybe they stripped some bolts. Let's look at mine. I really couldn't tell you.
That's been bothering the crap out of me. Yeah.
That doesn't even make any sense.
That looks so much better.
Doesn't it though? Like the stock one is so ugly.
Matches the red here too.
Yeah, but I will say this, it sucks checking your oil when you've been running the engine because this thing's made of metal.
Yeah.
That's the only downside about it, is when you grab it after you've been running it for a while, it's hot.
Well, there's that.
Well, I haven't had my cover on my car in a while, so I've never noticed that issue either.
I might pull that off, to be honest.
Well, if you upgrade to an RBC like I did, then you can't bolt that on anyway. I've got mine sitting at the house. So is this is a Type S? Dude, sweet. I thought it was a base, honestly.
Yeah, it's a Type S.
You just got it though, right? How long ago?
2 weeks ago. Yeah, sold my '88 Civic wagon and then went and picked this thing up.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I've got a '94 Del Sol as well.
So I'm working on a K24 for this thing to swap in. When I pull that engine out, I'm gonna buy like a 90 or 91 CRX because I've been wanting one of those for so long.
He's got a 91.
They're so cool
Yeah.
to looking to me. Like a lot of people hate them.
This is mint, no rust.
Yeah.
Beautiful car.
Yeah. So how long have you had it? I think I asked you that already.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Cool, man.
Yeah. I'm just kind of, see, I've had an 03 Accord, so I've been in the
What's the
K
deal?
series. I had different size lug nuts.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, they're on their top.
Okay, I was
They're
about to
good.
say, whew.
Yeah, some of them are just sticking out. Oh, explain this to me.
You've got mud flaps. That's cool. Like that's rare.
All of them?
Yeah. Well, but you've got those two.
Yeah, I've got those.
Yeah, dude, those things are awesome. I love the mud flaps.
Here's my biggest problem with this. So like when I unlock this one doesn't unlock, and the trunk doesn't unlock. I have to manually open the little latch that's inside there to be able to get my trunk open. It doesn't lock either.
I had the opposite problem with mine. So
Oh, I like that
mine.
so much better.
What?
I like that wing so much better. Mine's got this too.
It's got
rubber,
the rubber
mat.
That's awesome. This is actually out of my 02. The one that came on the car. I had the opposite problem. I would lock the car, this wouldn't lock. So like I went on vacation, and then one of my buddies came by my house while I was on vacation. I said, hey, while you're at the house, will you just make sure I lock the RSX because I'm in Florida or whatever? And he's like, the doors are locked but the hatch is open. I'm like, can you like get in there and like lock it or something? He's like, I'm afraid to crawl in and set off the alarm.
Yeah, it's inside here. See, mine's missing this. Like I don't even want to climb back there.
Gotcha.
That 15 back there.
It's not too bad. You got to pull these off. Then this pops down. It's like 2 bolts or something like that. It's like 2 10 mils. Pull this off and just get a new one of those.
Mine's not this. Mine's electrical. It's something to do with electrical because you can hear it. See, you can hear it trying, but it won't unlock it.
Maybe just spray some WD-40 in there. Maybe it's just seized up. Because mine, you could hear mine too. I would hit the lock and it would like, you could hear the clunk, but it wouldn't actuate the damn locking mechanism.
That's what I'm saying. Like it just won't actuate.
Yeah.
Like I can get it open if I crawl in there and flip that little
dude, whenever you get that fixed, it's going to change your life, dude. Did you put this Daniel Defense sticker on here? Dang. Well, at least you got it from a gun lover.
I got a great looking Type S floor mat over there and not a single one over here. You can see how bad the car is.
Gotcha.
I've been trying to find a tan Type S floor mat set.
Gotcha.
almost impossible.
I got no interior parts. I used to have some out of my old car, but they were both black. I guess you could say I overpaid for it, but
yeah, but at the same time, that's clean.
It was the cleanest, lowest mileage05 RSX on Craigslist. When I bought it, it only had 90,000 miles on it.
This has got 250,000.
Well, it has 164 on it now.
Oh,
so
wow.
I've driven it. I've gone to Import Alliance in it 1,000 times. It's been all over the South.
I'm going in next month to Kentucky, but I'm taking my bill, so.
Are they doing it at Beach Bend Raceway?
Mm-hmm.
That's next month?
Yep.
Dang, okay.
Yeah, they switched Atlanta and this. Atlanta's going to be in this, not the summer meet, but the
fall meet.
Okay. If they have it.
Yeah.
Because last year they really moved it around 3 times. I moved the hotel 3 times.
Yeah.
I like Atlanta, but Beach Bend's been pretty nice.
Beach Bend's my favorite. Like it's the closest drag strip to us. That's quarter mile, and just the atmosphere of the place. I mean, yeah, it's not as fancy as the Atlanta meet, but it's just I almost like it like that. It's more simple. It's not 1,000 different, places you can go and turn.
Big value.
Well, I worked at O'Reilly's for a couple years in my hometown, and some lady brought this battery in, and it was out of a GMC Acadia.
Huh.
And I tested it and I said, it's perfectly fine, there's nothing wrong with it. And she said, well, I want a new one anyway. I'm like, okay. So I brought a shitty battery from home, brought it in as a core, and I took that thing home. So when the battery in here bit the dust, I just threw that in there, and it's been fine ever since. But once this thing goes out, because this thing is 6 years old now, I'm gonna get one of those really small zero batteries and stuff it in here real tight, so that way it kind of cleans everything up a little bit. But most of the stuff you see in here that's different from yours, I just did it. You know what I mean? Like within the last year. Yeah, dude, that
whoa, does this flip up?
Yeah. It's hot, but it flips up. Yeah. It locks it. It's got a.
Oh, okay, yeah. That makes more sense now.
Yeah, so
cool.
It is
now
cool.
I see why you upgraded.
Well, I was talking to the guys at Hybrid Racing back at the Atlanta meetup. What was it? I guess it was 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, and so I saw this for the very first time there, and I was like, holy shit, that is cool. And it's the coolest oil cap ever. I mean, it's metal, so it's hot. But I asked the guy, I was like, man, I was just saying, like, man, that is such a cool design. Like, how did y'all come up with that?
Better than trying to like grab it and hit it with your palm of your hand and all that stuff.
Yeah. And I was like, how did y'all come up with that? Because it's so sleek and everything. And he said, we came up with it because one of our friends, or it's someone they knew, was putting a K24 inside of like a 89 Integra.
Yep.
And the engine was literally so close to the hood, he shut the hood and it wouldn't latch, and it was the plastic on the factory freaking oil cap.
That much
yeah,
clearance.
like that much clearance. So they designed that. He put it on his car, he could shut the hood, didn't have to change anything else.
Motor mounts, are you running fiber? No.
Fiber Technics.
Never heard of that.
I didn't either.
All 3 of them?
Well, there is 4. On the front, I've got a Innovative 75A race mount, but Fiber Technics does not make a front mount. They just make that one, and that one. Okay. And I got a video on the channel of me putting those in. But when I was looking at them, they claimed that they were like the best mounts on the market for race applications, but they also kill vibration. Like, you know how you get like really stiff mounts and it just shakes the whole car? These stop that. I don't know what kind of rubber it is, but it's awesome.
On 1320 85A.
Yeah, so it's like solids. You might as well just bolted metal to the block. I mean, it's so stiff at that point. I put those on for the very first Import Alliance I ever went to. Actually, no, that's a lie. The first Import Alliance I went to was with the Silver RSX. So this one, I either had these on the silver one and just moved them over when it got wrecked or something, but I put those on and
you just have to drill a hole and just build them, and that is just a bracket.
Yeah, it just comes with a bracket. It comes with it's an NRG kit. Got it on eBay. It was like $135, and the main reason I wanted them for the Silver RSX in the first place was I've got the RBC on here, and my original hood prop was scratching the paint.
Yeah, I can see.
So I got rid of it.
Okay.
So that was the solution for that.
What Honda are you
K-Pro V4.
Okay.
It's got the Bluetooth and all that good stuff. I got that 2 years ago. It's really freaking cool, dude.
You don't have any older versions just sitting around, do you?
I wish I did. I wish I did.
I want to put Honda on that so bad.
Well, I would have a computer for you. Actually, no, you have the correct computer. So I had to get a computer out of your car. Okay. So the K-Pro only works from an 02 through an 04 Type S ECU. Okay. The 05 and 06s, they don't work, which sucks. So my 05 ECU is just sitting in the closet and it's only worth about $100. But your ECU is worth like $300.
Oh, shit.
Because, you know, and I had to pay extra. Like I had to pay $300 plus the cost of K-Pro, but man, is it worth it. You got a app on your phone. You can Bluetooth into it. You can pull check engine light codes. You can see your RPM, your speed, all your temps. It's crazy.
How much does that run usually? Like, since I've already got that,
I think since you already have the ECU, you can get K-Pro for like $750.
Okay.
It cost me like $1,200.
Okay.
So, but I also got a tune on top of it, so it wasn't that bad. So this thing runs pretty good. I've actually got low compression on cylinder 2, which is why I'm swapping in the K24. I'm doing this whole build and everything. Planning on turboing it eventually. That's the goal. But that's why I'm building another one, is because I got low compression on cylinder 2, and the guy that tuned it still got 195 horses to the wheels. Okay. On his dyno. So it still runs pretty good. But literally, like cylinder number 1, I'm getting like 160 psi. Same on 3, 4, I'm getting like 155. This one's like 90.
What could be the cause of that?
I've got a leak. Yeah, rings probably. I mean, that's my guess, because that's the weak link in these engines. The heads are pretty damn bulletproof. Yeah. But I mean, it could possibly be a bent valve, but there's no reason why it would be. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I watch a lot of Boosted Boys, so I've been...
Dude, I was watching Kyle build his 1,000 horsepower K24 or K20 last night. I love their shit. It's so much fun watching them do stuff.
I've been watching them for like 3 years now, and my wagon was the same color as his.
Yeah.
So
he's getting it painted by Bode Vision. Yeah.
I watched them too.
Yep.
I just sold mine because I don't know, I got tired of having something so old, and I was just like, you know what, I've got a 94 Hillsole and an 88 Civic wagon. I was like, I need something daily that's more...
It's got cruise control, all that good stuff.
Yeah, and all that works on there for some reason.
No,
I was really surprised.
I understand that too. Like, I totally get it. Like, sometimes, because I come from like a Civic background, so like I had, you know, a couple like EK Civics and stuff like that. And so, like, you know, it's very low technology, no sunroof, manual crank windows. And then I finally got one of these, and I'm just like, it feels so cool.
Like, I went from an 03 Accord that had heated leather seats. It was automatic, but it was like fully loaded other than that. And then I went to a DA Integra that was gutted, cage, race seat, harnesses, completely nothing in there, radio didn't even work. And then I went from that to a rusted out 4-door EK sedan. I traded that for a 4-door Integra that was automatic, and then I sold the Integra, bought the wagon, and this was all since January of last year.
Golly, dude.
I go through cars quite often.
So, like, I used to be like that too. Like, at one point I had 2 Civics, a 240SX, a 300ZX, a silver RSX that got T-boned. I had this thing. My sister had an EP3, and I did all the work to that. I put a clutch in it, all this other stuff. Then I got married. Now we got a kid. So now I've got a Silverado. My wife has an MDX, and I have this. Well, and I have my motorcycles too. That's how my channel started. Is I was a moto vlogger.
Okay. That's the green one there if you want.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no problem, dude.
I'm up to like 2,300 followers at the moment. I've only had it for like 8 months.
I've had my Instagram for 6 years. I got 300 followers.
Yeah, me and my buddy just like kind of had a competition to see who could hit 2K first, and I'm at 2319 now. So
2319.
Yeah.
That's cool, dude. I feel like I'm just not a very likable person on camera. I'm not naturally funny. I'm pretty awkward and corny sometimes. I just don't have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not super nice like David Patterson, and I'm not a dickhead like Do It With Dan or.
Watch a lot of Deadbeat.
Yeah, he's cool.
Boys, and then
Well, I watch a little bit of everybody. I try to support people. Mighty Car Mods mainly is who I watch. I love watching those guys. It took me for... No, I don't. I didn't even come with stocks. It came with these shitty like drag racing branded wheels. They're like fake wheels.
Yeah.
They look like something different. They were basically replicas of something that were nice, but they sucked. They were flat black. Then I traded my buddy. So okay, so my silver RSX. The reason I don't have the ECU from it is because I actually sold it because it still ran and drove.
Oh, wow.
So my buddy, like the quarter panel was fucked, but all the doors still opened. So he put a new door on it, kind of, you know, jerked the quarter panel out and made it, but it was, he had like a EX Civic with a D series, and then I sold him a super cheap 02 Type S, and he's just like, this is night and day. Yeah. So he was super happy to have it. Well, he had it for a while, I've had it for a while, and he's just like, he got to the point where he was just like, yeah, I love the car, but I'm tired of driving around in what looks like essentially a beater because this thing's all tore up.
Just swap everything from the RSX to the Civic is what he needs to do.
Well, he got rid of the Civic when he got the RSX from me, because I sold it to him for like $2 grand, because I'm just like, the swap is worth that. So
the
just
swap's worth $2,500 easy.
At least, yeah. Yeah.
Low mileage swaps are going for almost 4 or 5.
And everyone's wanting to do it now. Like, it's crazy. You can't even find K-Series stuff much anymore. But anyway, the guy who I was just talking about, he had like the Supermotos and the old Fords and stuff. He had an 03 Type S that was black, looked just like this for the most part, but it had white Cosi K1s on it. Oh, nice. My buddy had just put really nice tires on the factory 02 Type S, just like those. Yeah. And he's like, I want to keep my $1,000 tires. And I'm like, okay, I'll tell you what. He bought the black one and he was selling the silver one. I was like, okay, I'll tell you what. I knew the guy he was selling the car to. I said, would you take my black wheels on the silver RSX? He said, absolutely. I said, okay, you take your stock wheels, put it on your 03, and I'll take the white Cosi K1s. So there was white Cosi K1s on this thing for a long time, and I love those. And then I met a guy who lives out in Decatur. I don't know if you know him. He had a 03, a black Type S. He got rear-ended, totaled the car. I traded him the Cosis for these plus a little cash my end. Because I've always wanted, these are my dream wheels. I mean, I know that, you know,
I can't do them because it's the ketchup of real wheels, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know, I try to find stuff that's like really unique. Like I had some inky Algernon and Teslas on my Accord.
Yeah.
JDM 3-piece wheels that I've never seen another set of, and now they're on another Accord up in Tennessee, and then when I sold my Accord, it had Rotiform KPSs on it.
See, my actual dream wheels are TE37s. I love those. People hate those too for the same reasons they hate the RPF ones. The reason I wanted the RPF ones is, one,
they're light. They're super light.
Right, and I live right next to the drag strip in Huntsville. And so I take this to the drag strip every now and then whenever I do an upgrade and try to, you know, test and tune all that stuff. Data log with the K-Pro. Mm-hmm. These are better for that. They're lighter than the old wheels, wider than the old wheels.
Are these by 8?
9.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're
that's actually
plus 22 offset.
That's a little bit harder size to find.
Right. So sure, yeah, they, like you said, they're the ketchup of wheels, but they're real. They're not,
and they're very useful.
Yes,
they're just,
and cheap replaceability. Like if I fuck one of these up, $250, get another one. No big deal. You know what I mean? No, other than a TE37 where it's like $1,200 to get one. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I mean, but they're real inkies, and I was just like, yes, please. If you're not going to use them, I'd love them. Yeah. So, and Jacob's a super cool guy. His 03's got K-Pro on it. He has a CT engineering supercharger on it. That thing is pretty freaking sweet.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what our factory pistons and rods look like.
Jeez.
They're so wimpy.
Weak.
Yeah.
Now, do you have to notch the block for the bigger ones like you do on D-Series?
Notch the block? What do you mean?
Like on the inside of the block on D-Series, when you upgrade to bigger rods, you have to actually notch the block out on the inside to have clearance. I'm guessing you don't have to do that on K-Series.
No.
Okay, good.
Well,
D-Series, like trying to build that Del Sol, they make no-notch rods, which are just stronger rods that are similar to the same size as stock, but they are expensive as shit. When you can get decent rods, basically you take it to a machine shop and they do it. You have to notch the spot inside the block where the actual rod moves, because if not, it'll just... Yeah.
This is what my K24 block went through.
Oh shit. Is that like sleeved and everything?
Yeah.
Man.
If I could find an actual picture of where I sleeved it.
Oh, those are so nice.
They are so pretty. They're
Yes,
so
they are.
ridiculously pretty.
Yep.
I don't understand why they're so pretty. You're never going to see them again.
I've done some machine work, so I know how that works.
Hey, there's my deer. I forgot I put that on there.
Nice.
Where is my freaking block? I know well, there's the sleeves.
Darton.
Yep. Iron ductile sleeve, 1 billion tensile strength or something crazy. I can't even remember. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's sleeved, forged everything, forged crank. But I've been like, it's not like I just was like, I want to do this and spend a shit ton of money. This has taken me like 5-6 years to do.
This is all just buy a part here, buy a part
yeah.
there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I gotta get one. The sunset is so nice.
That side, this side's just dirty.
We look like total boys right now. I'm gonna have to get me some hood lashes too, I think it'd be cool. I think at some drag strips you have to have them. You have to have a... That does take really good photos. Good God.
Galaxy S20.
Ah, okay.
Or no, this is the S10e. I'm fixing to upgrade to the S21. It's got a 106 megapixel camera.
Good God. TJ, it was so nice to meet you, man. I would shake your hand, but like I said, coronavirus stuff. So, yeah, hit me up and we'll hang out again sometime, okay?
All right.
Cool. See you, bud. All right, you guys. So I met up with my new buddy TJ, and we had a pretty good meeting. And sold him the dipstick and everything, and we talked for a little while, a lot of while actually. And yeah, we had a good talk, good conversation, talking about cars and stuff. You know, really nice. You know, we figured out we had a lot in common. You know, we kind of had the same style, basically same exact age almost. He's just a shade older than I am. Both be turning 27 here in a couple months or whatever. And it's just, you know, really cool. We, you know, really just vibing. It was nice. It was really nice just to hang out, you know, with someone with the like-mindedness of yourself. So yeah, very cool. So we'll probably definitely be hanging out again. Probably gonna try and help him find some interior parts for his RSX and whatnot. I'm gonna hit up some of the people that I know. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, you guys. Let me drive. I don't have my suction cup in the car. Anyway, that's gonna be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed today. Today was just kind of chill, laid back sort of kind of vlog. You know, I enjoy doing these from time to time. So anyway, you guys, thank you very much. Subscribe if you haven't. Tip your vegetables, eat your waitresses, and have a great night.